Hey everyone. Better late than never, I suppose. But I wanted to take some time to fully process my third day at Wimbledon, which was on Thursday. I'm recording this on Saturday, day 6, whilst we're waiting for the rain to stop. Yeah, I think nothing will ever top the day I had on Thursday. As a tennis fan, there are life events that I've had up to this point which are bigger and more important. There is more to life than tennis. But on Thursday, in fully indulging my tennis fan in a tennis fan and that part of my life, I don't think I could ask for anything better, to be honest. This is bigger than seeing Federer at the O2 when I was a teenager for me. And I love Federer, and he's always going to be my favourite male player. But he's always going to be my sort of early tennis hero. But Thursday. And I think there's a lot of reasons why this day was so great. First of all, I seem to pick the one sunny day that Wimbledon has had this week. It was definitely dry all day. They got caught up on the schedule, temporarily anyway. I went to court 17. And I went to court 17 to watch Paula Badosa against Brenda Fruhvirtova, who I wanted to see because, if Fruhvirtova goes big, which she's looking likely to, I wanted to be there for the match. And she grew into it. She really grew into it, competed with Badosa, who, Badosa's a great player when she's on. The first set anyway was really competitive between those two, and Fruhvirtova did her best to take it to Paula, but in the end, Paula was too good. I think Fruhvirtova got some physical problems, and it's all a learning experience. But I definitely saw a lot of potential in Brenda starting court 17. Other highlights sat between a couple of tennis fans, and we just got talking about different things. Like, it was a fan next to me. I didn't get her name, but I did tell her about the podcast. So if you are listening, I'm so sorry I didn't get your name. I'm aware that she's been to the French earlier this year, and she's been to the US Open multiple times. But she loves Wimbledon, and this is her coming back to Wimbledon. And she was here because she loves tennis. She loves Paula Badosa. And on my other side, I had a woman who'd camped overnight with her mum, who had somewhat been dragged to the tennis. Kat, I got her name, who is a big Andrei Rublev and Denis Shapovalov fan. And she was there on court 17, parking herself, first person there, prime seat, to watch Denis Shapovalov in action. He was following Badosa Fruhvirtova. And we had a great time just talking tennis and sharing fandom. And it was just wonderful to be there with people who also love this sport. After going and sitting with some friends from Twitter, Kate and her daughter Caroline, who are also big Iga Świątek fans. It was lovely to meet them in person for the first time. I went to centre. I took my seat on centre. Because I had centre court tickets in bizarre circumstances that I'm not entirely sure how it happened, but essentially I got them on the ballot. I entered the ballot. I was told I could apply for tickets, and there were still tickets available kind of on resale back in March, and I had to go, and guess what? I got a centre court ticket, and what a day to be on centre court. I watched Novak Djokovic for the second time. Last time also being on centre court 5 years ago, against a very spirited Jacob Fernley, who put up a good fight and made it a decent match, actually, to watch. But Novak was just too good. He's just Novak. And then Iga Świątek followed. And for multiple reasons, this was almost my dream order of play. To have Iga Świątek on centre followed by Andy Murray. I couldn't ask for anything more from an order of play in the current state of tennis. I don't think. Currently, like, I plumped for Thursday, and this is what I got. I am so happy, so happy. I've finally seen Iga Swiatek play tennis, and she was good. She was good. I mean, she wasn't bageling people, but because Petra Martic was good, her serve was actually pretty strong on grass, and she tried to make things tricky for Iga. But overall, Iga was just too good on her own serve. When in the rallies, she was the better player. And I need to watch the broadcast back because I feel like I was one of the loudest people in the stadium. Not as loud as some others. I did meet someone else from tennis Twitter May, who was definitely trying to lead the charge for Iga. Maybe I need to go back and see if I can hear myself. But yeah, definitely shouting for her, cheering for her. And she didn't look like losing. And I'm going to say I'm so glad that I finally got to see her play. I don't think I was at the best angle to see her see like what she could do at her best. But even at the distance I got, like, honestly, I could see the players really clearly, and it was great. Really good result for Swiatek. And then the event. Andy Murray and Jamie Murray playing doubles together against John Pears and Rinky Hijikata, who are also a very good doubles team. And the crowd was full and fully behind the Murrays. And they could have won the first set. It was so close. There was very little to separate the two teams. Over the course of the match, to be honest, it was a winnable match for them. They were well in it. And Andy looked good that match. And it's the first time I've seen Andy Murray play. It will probably be the only time I see Andy Murray play. And I'm so glad I got to do it. Finally. As I said before, it was the last possible chance for me to see him. I mean, he's playing mixed doubles with Emma Raducanu today, but yeah, I think in many ways it was one of the last chances to see Murray. And I was stood there for when they did the celebration afterwards with Sue Barker, and they got the Jack Draper and the Brits, and they got Novak Djokovic and Iga back out. Funny story, Iga was so wrapped up and her hat was pulled so low, I couldn't tell who she was until right at the end when I realised, hang on, that's Iga. But I was also focusing a lot on Andy and trying to make sure I was part of his moment. I was there and supporting him for that, and everyone wanted to let him know how appreciated he was. And it was just great being there. And it dawned on me during then, how on earth am I part of this moment? This kind of moment I would watch on TV. How am I part of this? And I'm a small part. There were thousands of people in there. Yeah, Andy looked like he appreciated the moments there, the tributes. And I loved the interview he gave. So honest, so open, being himself. The old Sarky Scott with a little cheeky smile. And yeah, wish him all the best in going forward. But yeah, crazy day on centre. Lot of things to talk about, and I'll say this: I left Wimbledon, walked out. I needed to get across to get to my hotel to make sure I got back before I was locked out. And I looked around the grounds, and all the people who were also shuffling out, and the people going to and from. It was getting dark, and the covers were off, and the grass was. Previously when I've left Wimbledon, I've gone, I wish I could do one more day. And I probably could have done one more day, but I think it's like when you go around someone's house and they give you a really lovely home cooked meal and you really enjoyed it and they offer you more, but you're too full. And that's what it was. It was full in a good way. I wasn't tired, but I was very happy, and I felt like more would be overdoing it. But yeah, very satisfied with 3 days at Wimbledon tennis. Would have loved to see more of my friends, but we can do that next year because I will come back next year. Hopefully, I think I'll go back next year. If not, I'll come back in future years. But it's going to take a lot to top this day where I saw two significant players that I followed as a fan for a long time, and also being part of a moment in tennis, even if I'm just a background character. Because let's face it, the main character was always going to be Andy Murray. But hey, maybe I'll be back and I'll see Iga again. Always chance of that. Right, that's me signing off. That's my adventures at Wimbledon. And I'll be back with Anastasia soon to talk more about it. Take care, everyone. Speak soon.